think you should pay everybody? Is it a reason why you guys are not paying whatever that vendor is?
What was it for?
It was for shirts. That's what.
The small village of Dalton, Illinois has become the center of an extraordinary political drama surrounding its embattled mayor, Tiffany Henyard. Once celebrated as Dalton's first female mayor and a symbol of hope and change, Henyard's tenure is now mired in allegations of corruption, financial mismanagement, and abuse of power. Claims of misusing public funds for personal luxury and appointing unqualified allies to consolidate her influence have tarnished her reputation, creating deep divisions within the community. Adding to the turmoil, her boyfriend's courtroom testimony against her has intensified the sense of betrayal, lending credibility to accusations and further polarizing the town. Henyard dismisses the allegations as politically motivated attacks, but continues to face mounting legal challenges and public scrutiny. Her controversial actions, such as bypassing legal procedures to appoint key officials without board approval, have led to judicial intervention and escalated conflicts with trustees. Critics argue these moves were intended to solidify her power, undermining governance principles and fueling a breakdown of trust. Residents, initially inspired by her historic election, now grapple with disappointment as Dalton's governance spirals into chaos, marked by clashes, legal battles, and accusations of impropriety. As Henyard maintains her defiant stance, dismissing critics and judicial orders, her leadership style has drawn comparisons to unchecked ambition, leaving the village to question how its governance can withstand such turmoil. With Dalton's future hanging in the balance, the unfolding saga serves as both a cautionary tale and a critical moment for accountability, as the ramifications of Henyard's leadership reverberate through the community.
Investigator, I've got some books that's in here. Inside I have from the United States District Court, Northern District.
In a dramatic twist to the ongoing controversy surrounding Dalton, Illinois, Mayor Tiffany Henyard, a previously peripheral figure, has delivered explosive courtroom testimony that could unravel her political career. This testimony alleges a pattern of severe misconduct, claiming Henyard misused municipal funds, taxpayer dollars intended for community support, for personal indulgences, including lavish vacations and extravagant purchases. These accusations, if proven true, paint a troubling picture of a leader prioritizing personal luxury over the welfare of the town she was elected to serve. The claims extend beyond financial mismanagement, touching on allegations of bribery and abuse of power. The testimony suggests Henyard engaged in secret deals with local businesses, allegedly accepting payments in exchange for favorable treatment, such as expedited permits or regulatory exemptions. Such actions, if verified, reveal a mayor willing to compromise integrity and fairness for personal profit, betraying the trust essential to effective governance. In a community already struggling with financial hardship, these revelations have caused widespread disillusionment. So, that's pretty sweet. Residents, many of whom live on modest incomes, are grappling with the reality that their taxes may have funded Henyard's personal pursuits rather than essential services like infrastructure, education, or community programs. The allegations underscore a governance model seemingly marred by corruption, where public service ideals were replaced by self-serving motives. The courtroom revelations have sent shockwaves through Dalton, shattering morale and raising questions about the extent of these alleged abuses. Residents are left wondering if this is merely the tip of the iceberg and whether Henyard's political connections enabled her actions to go unchecked. Henyard has denied all accusations, dismissing them as a politically motivated smear campaign. However, her associations with influential figures have come under intense scrutiny, further fueling demands for transparency and justice. As the scandal deepens, Dalton faces the harsh reality that the person elected to lead them into a brighter future may have prioritized personal interests all along. With mounting calls for accountability and the community's trust eroding, the future of Henyard's leadership looks increasingly precarious, leaving residents to confront the profound implications of this unfolding saga.
The way that the government always does it is to go and investigate people around her, and that's what they're doing.
The courtroom drama surrounding Mayor Tiffany Henyard reached a fever pitch when her boyfriend unexpectedly took the stand, revealing personal details that left the embattled leader visibly shaken. Henyard, unable to maintain her composure, had a public meltdown, shouting at him and disrupting the proceedings, a spectacle that seemed to highlight her unraveling grasp on the situation. The chaotic display further inflamed public outrage, with residents of Dalton, already exasperated by the scandals surrounding her administration, taking to social media to demand her resignation. Accusations of betrayal and corruption filled the digital space, with one commenter declaring Henyard's actions clear and traceable crimes that warranted imprisonment. The growing discontent underscored the community's frustration over what they perceived as a misuse of taxpayer money for personal luxuries rather than public benefit. The unrest extended beyond the courtroom to a contentious village board meeting relocated to the local Park District building to accommodate an unusually large and agitated crowd. Henyard arrived late, attempting to take command with a speech, but was met with boos and protests from residents who voiced their concerns over a lack of transparency and accountability. In response, Henyard left abruptly after reviewing invoices that only fueled further suspicion. Allegations of the board violating state transparency laws also surfaced during the meeting, prompting Henyard to counter with a lawsuit against the trustees, accusing them of unlawful meetings and efforts to undermine her re-election campaign. Amid the intensifying backlash, Henyard maintained that the accusations against her were politically motivated, using social media to rally her dwindling base with cryptic messages aimed at uniting her supporters. However, the federal investigation into her financial activities, which has already uncovered significant evidence of questionable spending, continues to deepen. Subpoenas have been served, and whispers suggest that members of Henyard's inner circle are being drawn into the probe, potentially exposing the full scope of her alleged misconduct. As the investigation unfolds and public protests grow louder, the trust in Henyard's leadership continues to deteriorate. What began as a promising tenure has devolved into a saga of alleged corruption, financial mismanagement, and disregard for the principles of transparency and accountability. For Dalton's residents, the focus has shifted from merely questioning Henyard's ability to govern to wondering whether her leadership has irreparably harmed the community's future. The courtroom saga surrounding Mayor Tiffany Henyard has taken a dramatic turn, marked by explosive testimony from her boyfriend that left Henyard visibly shaken. Witnesses described a chaotic scene as Henyard, caught off guard by the revelations, had a full-blown meltdown, shouting and disrupting proceedings. This public outburst only deepened the perception that she was losing control, both of her emotions and the situation. For more information about what you just heard, previously blurred boundaries, fans, and other expectations. The fallout was immediate, with Dalton residents expressing their outrage online. Social media erupted with calls for her resignation, accusations of betrayal, and demands for accountability, as patience with Henyard's administration wore thin. Adding to the turmoil, Henyard arrived late to a highly anticipated village board meeting, relocated to a larger venue due to overwhelming public interest. Attempting to take charge with a speech, she was met with boos and vocal protests. Residents decried the lack of transparency and raised concerns over recently reviewed invoices that hinted at further financial mismanagement. Henyard departed abruptly, but the controversy followed her as she filed a lawsuit against trustees, accusing them of unlawfully holding meetings and attempting to sabotage her re-election campaign. Throughout the scandal, Henyard has maintained her innocence, dismissing the accusations as politically motivated. So, she even posted a cryptic Facebook message, rallying her supporters with the phrase, "I need all my black sheep to stand with me. If God is for us, who can be against us?" However, federal investigations into her financial practices, which have spanned over a year, are now intensifying. Subpoenas have been served, and her inner circle appears to be crumbling under the pressure. Her boyfriend, who has reportedly provided damning testimony, is rumored to be in detention, possibly cooperating with investigators to reveal more about her alleged corruption. Among the most shocking developments is a court-issued temporary restraining order, preventing Henyard from making key appointments without trustee approval, This action underscores the escalating tensions between the mayor and the trustees, who have grown increasingly vocal in their demands for accountability. One trustee recently declared, "We've had enough of these antics. It's time for true leadership." The trustees had previously taken Henyard to court to challenge her controversial appointments, asserting that she lacked the legal authority to act unilaterally. Despite mounting evidence and public discontent, Henyard retains a small but loyal group of supporters who argue that she is the target of a political smear campaign aimed at removing her from office. Henyard herself continues to fight back, insisting that she is the victim of a conspiracy and vowing to hold her accusers accountable. However, public sentiment is shifting rapidly. Many residents, frustrated by the ongoing drama, question why she hasn't stepped down. One commenter bluntly stated, "Why hasn't she just run with the money and left us all behind?" The legal battle is far from over, with more testimony and potentially damaging evidence expected in the coming weeks. If Henyard is found guilty of corruption, it could spell the end of her political career. Even if she avoids conviction, the damage to her reputation may be insurmountable. As Dalton grapples with financial difficulties and a fractured government, the future of the village remains uncertain. Scandal has cast a long shadow over Henyard's leadership, leaving residents and observers questioning whether her tenure was marked by mismanagement and corruption, or if she is indeed the victim of political rivals seeking her downfall. Whatever the outcome, the fallout from this crisis is certain to leave a lasting impact on both Henyard's career and Dalton's future. What do you think? Should Tiffany Henyard step down, or is there more to this story than meets the eye? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.